to look at ways to make what we're doing more effective. But as you look at our state, you have every county has an economic development department. Every major city has an economic development department. The state has the Department of Commerce. Then you have GPEC in Phoenix and TRIO in Tucson. You have every chamber. You have the Small Business Association. You have the National Federation for Independent Business. You have all of these different organizations. And we were all going like this, okay? And we were blasting that shotgun over and over and over again, everybody trying to make a difference. But very often we were stepping on each other. So I'm off going to Natalie and I'm saying, Natalie, we need to help small business. We're going to put together this program. We're going to do this, 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 and this. That's great. But then Joe Snell down in Tucson is going over here to John and he's saying, John, we're going to do this program for small business. We're going to do this, 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 and this. And it's the same thing. And we're dividing our resources. And we're dividing our audience. And we might be saying the message a little bit differently. And all of a sudden, we're not being effective as we could be. How are we going to sit on those committees? How are we going to get involved? So instead of going like this with the shotgun, we start to bring it in and fire that howitzer right where we need it. It's going to be a real interesting year. So as we're going forward, we're going to be looking at a lot of things like budgets. Okay. We have been growing our state at a compound annual growth rate, spending of 12% a year. Okay. Our economists in the room will probably be sitting there saying, that's not a manageable rate of growth. Something has to change. And we have in this room some of the greatest minds in Arizona with ways and ideas of ways to make those changes. And so one of the things is I'm challenging all of you to think of one thing that we could do differently in our state that could make life better for the people that matter. Because that's what innovation is. And we'll talk a little bit about some of the things that we're doing as we go on this morning. But it's all of us that make that difference. Because I can tell you, I sure don't have all the answers. And if you have an idea of how we can make things better, please share it. These partnerships, it's not just about independent consultants. It's not just about smalls. It's not just about bigs. It's about people who care about making a difference in this community and rolling up your sleeves. Now, the challenge is they don't always pay you when you serve on those committees and you roll up your sleeves to do those things. But I will tell you, okay, here's the number 2 tip for getting more business in the state of Arizona. When you roll up your sleeves and you get involved and you start making a difference, you become the CEO of the Arizona Small Business Association. That's how it happens. You become a member of the board of directors of a public company. You get the opportunity to serve on major boards and contribute in the community and rub shoulders with companies who can afford to hire you. You mentor companies that are little and need some help, and all of a sudden they're bigger and they'll pay you because they trust you. So tip number 2, give back. I have a very dear friend named Francine Hardaway. She's been consulting in the Valley and providing services for over 30 years. And she's a little more woo-woo than I am. She's a lot more woo-woo than I am. But Francine believes in the karmic universe. If you put it out there, it comes back. And I've watched it work for her since I've known her over the last 10 years. And she kept saying, no, 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 it's not all about the contracts. It's not all about the money. Just go out and do what you do. And lo and behold, that's a conversation, Natalie, you and I had when you first moved to town, wasn't it?
And that has totally happened for me.
Okay. Show them what you can do. Make a difference in your community, and people will ask you to come make a difference in their company. We've got some real big challenges facing us. We've got healthcare. We're going to talk about that in a minute. We have a workforce that's shrinking just because of population. And today, because of immigration, some of our customers are facing some pretty big challenges in that area too. Because a workforce that they might have thought was okay before isn't okay now. So we have some challenges. We have the brain trust right here to make the difference, not just for our businesses, but for the state.